I'm just going to sit here and make sure it works. I think I had a few technical difficulties with the first one. Okay, so that's not too bad. Hi, my name is Annie. I'm the host of the Knitting It Up podcast, which, if you watch, has not really had an episode in a while. That would be because I have an 8-month-old boy named Luke, and he is taking up a lot of my time, which is amazing. And I've also started dyeing yarn, so whenever I have an opportunity, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to check the sound. Okay, so it's not bad. Yeah, so I decided just to do a YouTube live because it's a lot easier than recording an episode, editing, uploading. It takes a lot less time. So I'm giving myself about 20 minutes to talk to you about all the things that are going on with me that are knitting related, of course. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself in case you're watching for the first time. I am a knitter who lives in Montreal. I'm also a pediatric nurse, and I started my own yarn company. So I have Knitting It Up yarns, which you can find on my Etsy shop, and you can also find them at La Maison Tricotée in Montreal. My local yarn store is Espace Tricot, and if you were lucky enough to tune in last weekend, I think it was last weekend, yes, we did a little bit of a live knit night, and I was the moderator. That'll be happening again soon, so I can't wait to do that with them. They're a really fun gang of people, and I just love working with them. So I'll just show you a few things that I've been working on. If you tuned into my little Instagram live, which was a little disastrous, you'll have seen it already, so excuse me for that. But I'll be talking a little more in detail now. And also, I don't know if there's a live chat feature, but there should be. And feel free to comment. And yeah, just chat with me if there is one. So this is what I've been working on. It's a hat for Luke. He's worn it a few times now. I hope you can see it okay. Yeah. So I put a little pom-pom on it, which I got at the, where did I get it? Twist. I got it at Twist this summer when I went, and the yarn is from Knit City in Vancouver. It's Julia Saint. I'm not sure the colorway name, but it's in her Hecto space, which is a worsted weight. It's the classic cuffed hat by Pearl Soho. I really like how it turned out, so I decided to make myself a matching one. Obviously, Julia Saint's yarns everywhere. You don't have to find them in Vancouver, but I just happened to be there for Knit City, and I picked them up as part of my haul. So I've been working on my own hat, and like I had mentioned, I made the cuff, well, the brim slightly larger. If I can get it nicely in front of you. Slightly larger for me because I like it, a bit bigger around my ears. Unfortunately, because I had to switch skeins, there is a bit of a difference in the colorway. But because I'm turning up the brim, I don't think it's such a big deal. So we'll see. I think it's fine. It's looking good so far. I can't wait to wear it. I bought a matching kind of pom-pom. Not from Twist, because I only got one. Unfortunately, I should have got way more. But I got this one from Espace Tricot, which it's the Haricana, if that's how you say it. Which they are, I think, recycled pom-poms, from what I remember. Recycled for detachable pom-poms. So this one is Coyote, and it's a really big pom-pom. So I know, shame on me, it's fur, but at least it's recycled. And it's a really good size pom-pom. It compares to Luke's pretty well. I think Luke's was, I don't remember what Luke's was, but it's pretty. I'm currently knitting, sorry, my keyboard just attacked me. Okay, I'm currently drinking some tea out of my new mug, which says Knitting Fuel on it, and it's from Espace Tricot. I really love this mug. It's not just the fact that it says Knitting Fuel on it. It's really nicely shaped. I don't know if you're anything like me, but the shape of a mug will really determine how much tea I drink. If I don't like the shape, I tend to not drink a lot of tea. just odd little quirkiness, I guess. I also got a really cute dish, which is to keep all your little stitch markers and notions on, or any little knitting knickknacks that you might have. And it says knitting fixes everything. How could you not get this? So I think if you want them, they still have these at Espace Tricot. The mugs, I think, are a little bit, not sold out, but limited quantities. They're going to get more after Christmas, but these are really nice Christmas gifts. So in case you were trying to find something for the knitter in your life, that is a pretty sure thing. Yeah, so I've been trying to knit on my Hamilton sweater, which is a pattern by José Paquin, and it's in her new book, which is also with Heidi Kermeyer. It's called, I think, Strong and Free, maybe? Yeah, let's go with that. So her pattern is the Hamilton. I'm knitting it out of my own yarn, so you can kind of see the pattern here. I really love this sweater, and I can't wait to wear it, but it's slowly killing me because of all the 1x1 ribbing, and I've just been in a state where my knits have to be pretty mindless and just have to be really simple. So I think it's just requiring too much mental capacity for me. But I'm going to knit this, and I really, really want to wear it, so I really have to get on that. I'm knitting it out of my own yarn, which I don't know how it's showing up here. I hope it's not showing up way too bright. No, it's pretty accurate. So this is Friday Night Dinners, and it's a Gilmore Girl inspired colorway. It's on my worsted base, which is called Marlowe. It was falling. Yeah. So sorry, I made you seasick there a little, probably. Yeah, we're good. Okay. We're trying things out. It's not perfect. It's my first YouTube live. Hopefully, if this format suits you, we can keep going with this. I think I'd have a lot more, you see, these are the things you don't see when I'm podcasting, is when I lose my words or I have to edit this out. But I think I'd have a lot more to share with you if I just did YouTube lives, because I wouldn't have to edit as much. And I'm really good about checking comments on YouTube, so if you have a comment or a question, I will answer it. And if you want to know the pattern that I was talking about or the yarn I was using, I will always answer your questions. So moving on, I will be vending for the first time at Fibrillation, which is the first time I think this is happening. It is an event organized by Céline, who is the owner of La Maison Tricotée in Montreal, near Laurier Metro, so on the Plateau. And I think Fibrillation, if I'm not mistaken, is also in the same area. So if you want to come by, it's December 1st to December 3rd, Friday evening, and then all day Saturday, Sunday. I am going to be selling some yarn. So if you wanted to come see my yarn in person and, touch the bases, get a better idea of what the colors look like, you are more than welcome, and I can't wait to see you. So please say hi if you do watch, or if you have, followed me on Instagram. This is Rory on my Hampton base, so this will be with me there. I'll have a few. I plan to bring some of my Gilmore Girl inspired colorways for sure. Then I have some Oi with the Poodles already on my worsted base. This is currently in the shop if you were looking for some. So this is one of my favorite and my first colors that was Gilmore Girls inspired. So I know you guys have definitely seen a lot of Gilmore Girl clubs that people do, where you have you buy the month of December and then you get a Gilmore Girl inspired yarn and maybe some little stitch markers, etc. I've decided not to do that because Gilmore Girls to me is my favorite show, besides ER, and I want to have them be permanent colors. So you'll always be able to get Rory, you'll always be able to get Oi with the Poodles, Lorelei, I'm working on a few others. So you'll always have that available to you, only through my Etsy. I'm not going to be selling these wholesale, but you can definitely find them on Etsy, and you can always send me a message if you would like sweater quantities or just larger amounts. This is Rory on my Madison base, which is BK. So she looks a little different. The base takes the color much differently. So it's my little logo in case you haven't seen it. I really like this base. It's really, it reminds me more of like a Quince & Co. type base. So it's a little more rustic. It's 100% Polworth superwash. So instead of being pure merino, it's Polworth, which is a merino blend, shape-wise. But yeah, you can look it up if you want more details about it. I love it. So I would totally knit a sweater in this, and requires a little bit more strength, I'd say. So you can definitely knit a shawl with this, but just keep in mind that the shawl, to have it be really drapey or anything like that, you might need to go up a few needle sizes to really get that drape. And obviously there's no cashmere in it, there's no silk, anything like that. So it's more of a woolly wool, but I love it, and I'm really happy to have at least one woolly wool to offer people. This is Lorelei on the same base. So she's really pretty. I really like her. I'm just looking at myself in the recording, and I look like a hot mess. I just woke up. I jumped on here. Luke is at swimming classes. So it's a really short episode because I'd like to get a little knitting done before he gets home, and I'd also like to eat something. So, yeah, this is Lorelei, and we have her in the shop, and we also have Bad Liar on this base, which is also in the shop. So this is like speckles of a little bit of purple, turquoise, orange, and pink. And I love this colorway so much. I recently sent some to Emilie of Emilie Paul. I think she's knitting a cardigan for her daughter. She wasn't really sure yet, so we'll see. And this is Rory Knit-Up. So this sock is the Clark sock by Jacqueline Salem. And I knitted up on my BFL base, which I currently don't have any more left in the shop, but I should be dyeing up some soon. But yeah, I just love how it turned out. I love the big cable. If you're really sick of knitting vanilla socks, this is a really good alternative for you. So you can really see there's a lot of detail to it, but it was such an easy pattern to memorize that I didn't really need the pattern with me. I could do it on the go. Obviously, I brought my cable needle with me. Some people don't use cable needles, but I do. So there's just a few things you have to consider if you're knitting it. I tried the heel that she wrote. I don't know if I did it properly, but it looks okay, and it fits well. So, yeah, I will definitely be making them again. I was going to knit them for my mother-in-law for Christmas, but she just knit herself a pair, so I don't think I'm going to do that. That's pretty much what I had been knitting. I also knit Alex a sock, which has disappeared. I don't know how it disappeared. I will find it. I found it. This is in Mud Punch, who is a fabulous dyer of self-striping yarns. She has tons of colorways. She's very, very good at what she does, obviously. I am in love with this sock. I seriously think it's probably one of my favorite self-striping yarns. I know it's a big statement, but knitting with this was a dream. I just adored it. The colors are so classic without being boring. Yeah, she just does a really lovely job. I couldn't love it anymore. So I will definitely start knitting these soon. I'm kind of itching for something really simple like a self-striping sock, so I think I should cast on the other one and get them done and have a pair because I am suffering from second sock syndrome pretty hard. So if you can send me some words of encouragement about that, that would be lovely. All of these things are living in my twill and print bag. I hope you can see it okay. It's quite large, so as you can see, it's like the size of my head, a little bit bigger. So it fits easily, I would say. I had a sock in here, a hat, and my beginnings of a sweater, so not a lot of sweater, but a little bit. And I have all my lovely pins on there. Most are from Twill and Print herself. Move this so you can see them a bit more. But yeah, the new one that you can see or saw is the sweater one that says Make, Wear, Mend, and I'm obsessed with it. I have a little poutine pin. Yeah, I just have tons of pins. So this is my pin collection. I'm planning on getting a few more. I don't really know where I'm going to put them. Maybe on a different bag. This one is pretty full. Yeah. So I don't know if you saw, they came out with Fringe Supply Co., who makes the field bags, came out with a canvas print camo theme bag, and I lost my mind. I wanted one so badly, but I have enough bags for now, I think. We'll see. Might be a Christmas present or something. Might be on my wish list. We'll see what the family does. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been working on. I'm really excited to vend for the first time, so if you are in the area and you want to pass by, please come say hi. I will probably be really nervous about the whole experience, so that would be really great to see some faces. Yeah, I want to dye more before the show, but I do have a fair amount that I've already dyed. I'm going to continue working on some Gilmore Girl colorways. I'm working on Jess, who I think I've pretty much nailed down. I might change him a little bit. I'm not quite sure yet. I have to see what he looks like dry. I'm also working on a Dragonfly In colorway, Suki, and Lane. So those are the main ones. I'm saving Luke because I named my son Luke. That color has to be perfect. I told Alex the other day that Luke is named after Luke Danes from Gilmore Girls, and he gave me such a look, like, no, he's not. And I said, oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. But that's okay. Luke is a pretty decent character to name your kid after, right? Yeah, so other than that, I will be moderating Espastrico's live knit nights again. So if you want to tune in and ask some questions, I'm the one that you will be talking to, and I'll try to get all your questions out to the girls. They're such a fun bunch to knit with. Honestly, if you didn't watch it, you really, really, really need to. There's such a variety of knitting personalities, knitting styles, backgrounds. So it's techniques. They're just they have so much knowledge to share, and they have such different, like I said, styles, that it's so interesting when you put them all in the same room. They always have that classic look to what they're knitting, but they do it in their own unique way. So it's really fun. What else am I up to that I wanted to share? I think that's about it. I'm going to try to do an Etsy update before Christmas, but I make no promises. So if you want to see something in the Etsy shop before Christmas, please let me know, because I will do my best to dye it up in the next coming weeks. The thing that's holding me back really is the drying times, and I know that other people have said this as well. I'm looking into getting a dryer, like a little spin dryer, so that should help the process. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I can talk to you guys about. I am dying to cast on a bunch of things, but I'm not going to. I'll be a good girl. My stash is not really enhanced, which is fine because I went to Knit City and to Rhinebeck, so I think it's normal that it's died down a little. I want to really knit my stash up, and I want to knit some of my own yarns. So my plans are to continue my Hamilton, which I just said that and I got like so about it. It's such a shame because I love Jose and I met her in person, and like you couldn't meet a sweeter person if you tried. She's so nice. And I tried on the Hamilton, so I know it looks good on me and I know I want it, but I don't know, a lot of brain power to knit that right now. Yeah. And then I saw there's short rows in it. It's not okay. It's not okay. Should have probably read the pattern a little more in-depthly before casting it on to know that I wasn't going to have the willpower to do this right now, but that's okay. Yeah, so I am going to start knitting now, take advantage of the house being empty, and wait for my little boy to get back from swim class so that I can cuddle him a little, and hopefully I will have him on an episode one day so you guys can see how much he's grown, because he's huge. Let me know what your Christmas knitting plans are. I'm currently still hosting a fade along in the Ravelry group, so that'll keep open for a while because I think people are still fading things. And there'll be some prizes for that. So if you want to participate, anything you've faded basically from the month of October to now is eligible. So just post it in there and I'll give out some prizes eventually, but I'm keeping it open for the meanwhile. So thanks for watching me ramble. I don't know how long this has been, but it feels long. And hopefully we'll do this again. I'll give more notice and warning. But I also like to do them kind of on the fly because that's kind of how motherhood is. I can't always plan everything to a T. I might try to do this when Luke's napping. So that's it. That's all for now. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's kind of like a mini podcast episode without all the headaches of editing. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Follow me on my Instagram, which is Knittingitup. My Ravelry page is also Knittingitup. My personal Ravelry is Aparen, Apaaren. And have a great knitting weekend. Bye.